Hi guys, it's Al, Spiritual Atheist, back again as we continue our travels together wherever we're going. We meet like this once in a while. Some sad news today that I learned that our friend Acyberguy is facing more surgery. His cancer is back. Uh, this is something I haven't experienced. Hopefully I won't. You know, uh, I'm cancer free right now, and I haven't had to experience the crash that being told that it's back. That's to cause. Yet, this is where, if we're going to find any strength in this, it's not to fight it per se. I disagree entirely with the poet who says, "Don't don't go gently into that good night," Dylan Thomas. No. Rage against the, no, go gently, go gently. A cyber guy talks about the peace that surpasses all understanding is a gift from a deity, and the gift from a deity must be treasured. So I'll go along with this. From the Eastern point of view, or a Buddhist point of view, inner peace is kind of the basic who we are, the basic Shunyata would be the word that in Sanskrit it sort of means like empty, that's peaceful, very peaceful. You know, there's not much going on, so to speak. The Dalai Lama once said, "Don't let the actions of others disturb your inner peace." And I agree. I think we can take it even steps further. Let's not disturb our own inner peace. Let's not our own life situations disturb our inner peace. Now, of course, it's going to, because we're human beings, and this is who we are. But we always have it there if we like it. And this is the problem. Because if we like it, it's always there for us to fall on, to fall back to our home, so to speak. But the thing is, in our false self, if you want to call it, this sense of I ams we've talked about, finds that to be death. It's the death of all the dance of the self, because there's no dance in peace. There's no structure. You know, it's just peaceful, and we don't like that. It is our nature to want to set this up against that and then be on the right side. Is there a God? I say yes, and I defend that position. I say no, and I defend that position. I say I don't know, and I defend that position. It's the position. It's not even the argument that's important. It's just maintaining the position because we like the conflict. That's why we're always setting it up like that. Who's right? What's the right side? Show me this, show me that. One conflict after another. And this is just a reflection of what's going on in our souls, so to speak. I think it was Carl Jung who said that, you know, when we look at others, the faults of others, we learn a great deal about ourselves. And, you know, fuck the others. It's like when we look out, when we see what the world is and our reaction to it, that we really begin to learn about ourselves, of who we really are. And we begin maybe to think about training ourselves that, okay, I admit I am not a great lover, but I would like to be a lover of peace. I admit that I'm not. You know, and this submission is just to me. I mean, I'm not talking about, you know, but I'm going to start developing a taste for it. It's not going to be perfect all at once, but I'm going to develop a taste for it when I have those moments between things. Just going to hang out for a bit longer each time and see if I really have the courage to be peaceful. Quick update on the samurai, the samurai code. One of the comments in the on the last video mentioned that there was a steel shortage in Japan, and maybe that was the reason that they didn't put armor in the backs of the seats. My response to that, just offhand, was that there were a lot of bicycles in Japan, and we know the Japanese army used them to take Singapore. But in those days, it wasn't light metal alloys that one used in bicycles. It was steel, and it was about 55 pounds of steel per bicycle. So yeah, there was a lot of steel shortage in Japan, but that didn't mean, that translates into tons, not pounds, so to speak. If you can afford 55 pounds of steel for a bicycle, you can probably afford 100 pounds to armor the back of a plane. Now the question is the effect that that would have on the plane, and you can argue from there if you want. And I'm not qualified to respond to that type of argument. Now, guys, I always say be kind to yourselves at the end of these things. It's really important that we learn to do this. I would like you to think for me a minute cosmologically. As we move out from this planet to, say, 10 feet beyond the orbit, the furthest orbit of the International Space Station, from there on out to the rest of the universe, in the 13.5 billion light years of its size and existence, 13.5 billion light years. And in all that space, there's nothing at all that cares for us. It cares for this planet, it cares for the life on it. Only us. And it is my humble opinion, we simply don't care enough. And Bertrand Russell one time said that if we cared as much about our own happiness as we cared about the unhappiness of others, we'd be at the doorstep of a paradise. I believe this. I believe that we have to start with ourselves, because when we see faults, you know, again, I'm going to throw a quote, but it's Carl Jung who said that, you know, when we see faults in others, it's what we're seeing is we can learn about ourselves. As we observe the faults in others, we learn a lot about ourselves. In the sense that the world is sort of like a mirror in that way, you know, that we tend to look out and project and see in others what, in fact, we refuse, we don't want to see in ourselves. It's better if it's out there, because, hey, that puts me on the right side. The fault is there, not here. So, yeah, I think we have to start really, really being kind to ourselves, and to stop thinking of compassion and caring as belonging somehow to the religious. It is something that we have appeared to have inherited as a birthright from our ancestors. It is both a blessing and an obligation. No one else in the universe gives a flying fuck what this we exist or don't exist. It's up to us, people. It really is. Be kind to yourselves.